Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This reading will be the September forecast for the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Ascendant signs. I'll start by pulling your weekly cards, one card for each week, and then I'll aspect them in a moment. So week 1 we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse for week 2, Judgment in reverse for week 3, and week 4 is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We'll start with week 1. Nine of Wands in reverse. Why is Sagittarius feeling like they're giving up, and why are they feeling uncared for? The Four of Wands is kind of an end game. It's kind of a celebration type of thing. I always call it a wedding card. For some of you it could be attending that, but it could also be for others of you, you've reached the end of something and now you're thinking, what next? This could be at your work or a project, you could be finishing things. The Six of Pentacles in reverse is also not getting what you want. It can mean not being very generous or charitable, but it can also for some of you mean you're putting effort into something and you're not reaping the same, especially towards a family or a close relationship. It can mean a lack of affection or perhaps a lack of resources and a lack of sharing and giving in general. Page of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you it feels like a missed opportunity here. It feels like perhaps maybe you thought you were getting an offer of something and it didn't come through, or maybe you've put effort into something and you didn't reap what you hoped. Some of you perhaps looking for a job or an opportunity, and it feels like that could be missed in week 1. But here we have the Eight of Wands, which is good. That's very passionate energy, that's high energy, that's creative energy. I feel like if there's going to be a creative spark, you should run with this, because I feel like that could open up new opportunities for you. I really feel like in week 1 is kind of a week to focus on yourself. It feels like, there you go, Three of Pentacles in work is shoddy workmanship. For some of you I feel like you've been working or collaborating with people and perhaps they've been making you pull all of the weight, or you've been having to do things too much. You perhaps have this creative spark, this energy that you need to let loose, but it feels like you're almost being held back, like dragged down by this other aspect. It definitely also feels like you could have more passion than skill in a way, and you may need to reach out and ask for someone else, for example an editor or an artist or someone who can help you with something, some sort of project. The High Priestess is your intuition. That's listening to your inner voice, to yourself. It's also being in touch with your spiritual self, your higher self. I do feel like listening to your intuition on something is going to help guide you very well. These two cards here are standing out enormously, and it does feel like here there's a potential for great success if you do that. If you really listen to what you need, you can achieve. A personal issue reaches resolution. Now, everyone seems to be pulling this. It seems like everyone at the moment has had a bit of trouble. In September, it really feels like if you've had some difficulties in your life, or you've had a lack of confidence, that's going to come to an end by the end of the first week. And expect powerful change. I feel like if you go with this and allow this to happen, and kind of go with your positive energy and your intuition, you are able to make an enormous change in your life, Sagittarius. You're able to perhaps even potentially completely turn your life around. If this feels like it was work to you, you may be offered a new opportunity, or if you start something like your business or your art project, maybe you have the opportunity to earn some money from it. In week 2 we have the Page of Wands in reverse. You're feeling trapped, you're not going forward with the kind of your best steps, you're being very serious about something. It really feels like you've been pulled into a pit here. Ten of Swords in reverse. It's getting over ruin, but it's also feeling like you're trapped. Some of you, in my mind straight away, it's snapped and said relationship. Some of you are perhaps walking away from the ruins of a relationship that you were perhaps feeling trapped in. You're perhaps feeling very in a serious, very kind of withdrawn, almost a stiff mode. There's a Page of Wands there again. That in reverse, that can mean you're not taking opportunities and you're not using a creative spark. But it kind of feels like here with the Chariot, you want to get away. And it feels like if you want to go on holiday, or you want to deal with this by going on an adventure or taking the leap into something bigger, that you should do that. The Chariot's also about initiation, it's about innovation, it's about action, really going forward and being in control. And I feel like you kind of need an aspect of control in your life. You need to be the one to pull the reins. You have the Ten of Pentacles there, which means if you do, you'll be offered great abundance. The Eight of Pentacles is kind of like, it's hard work, and it's also looking at what you have and thinking, what am I going to do next with this? It's also saying don't overwork yourself, but it definitely feels like there's bigger opportunities for you to make money than where you've been recently. You have hold your vision there, which obviously means keep your eyes on what you want, on your dream. However this manifests, I'm feeling like for a lot of you, it's to do with money and making money. And I feel like that opportunity, even with the Chariot, it could be looking for new shores, new opportunities, even moving somewhere else to be able to get those opportunities. but your dreams need a practical plan, which means you need to start putting your thoughts and feelings down in a book and start actually making the steps to move forward with them. We have here Judgment in reverse for week 3, the Hermit in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so Judgment in reverse can mean that you felt like people have treated you unfairly, or it could be simply that you've made a bad judgment. I'm feeling more like this is to do with other people, that you feel like something hasn't, in week 3, something incorrect and unfair has happened to you. We also have the Hermit, which is coming out of a period of isolation. It's being sociable. And the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing everything, and it's seeing personal growth and abundance. But the Sun there in reverse just means it feels like you're not happy, you're discontented with something. And it feels here like there's almost like a person in your life with this Queen of Swords energy. It could be someone who's very barb-tongued, someone who is not considering the well-being of others, someone who's very spiteful. It can also mean here with the Two of Swords in reverse, you're feeling like you want to open up, but it feels like there's a part of you that's almost missing. It's like you're missing a kind of a passion or a love or some sort of joy in your life. It kind of feels like September's all work and no play. The Emperor reminds you about taking charge, about following your own rules and following the rules that are generally set out. It's about being in a good position of power and reliability. Conclusions are within reach, so if there's something you're struggling with, you perhaps just need to look at it from a new perspective. You have a win-win forecast. Win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra, that's kind of an abundant gain. It's a very harmonious gain you're going to have. It feels like this is something you've earned rather than something you've demanded. And I feel like it's going to come up as a surprise to you. You're going to be surprised with this sudden thing in week 3 that's been like, here you are, Sagittarius, you've earned this. It feels like you have nothing kind of to gain, even though if it feels like you're stiff and held back, it feels like there's going to be a sudden opportunity open to you. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse can mean bad karma. It can also mean bad luck. It definitely feels like there with the Three of Cups is getting out and being sociable and being with your friends. It feels like you need time out to play. The Page of Swords is not listening to a warning. It can also mean having poor communication, and it can mean like often a lot of conflicts and arguments. Some of you, I'm feeling this could be online, so it might be a way to stay off. There we go, there's the conflict. It feels like there's someone or perhaps a group of people in your life you're having conflict with, and it's giving you this bad karma energy. That bad karma energy is saying step away, don't get involved in this, because if you do, you could be the one that has the least to gain from it. You have the Two of Cups there. Some of you, I feel like there's going to be an opening to a partnership, even like a reconciliation or a possibility for new love. You have the Empress there, which is kind of, it can mean being abundant in an incorrect sense, like perhaps you're spending too much or you're eating too much or going out too much. You're not being nurturing, you're not opening your door, you're not offering the same to others. It could also mean someone in your life is taking that very stubborn, very perhaps overly pleasure-seeking attitude, and it's being very warning. It's a warning not to be overly pleasure-seeking, because it can mean you can end up losing from that. There's a sense of be very careful, Sagittarius, in September, because there's a possibility that other people are trying to topple you. You have emotions are running high, the supermoon. Again, that definitely feels like there's a lot of tension in your life. A lot of it is like a make or break, do it now or not at all, kind of a all systems go but none at all kind of. It feels like a little bit all over the place. And believing in the impossible is perhaps looking for clarity and also truly believing in yourself. Perhaps you've had a lot of setbacks over these weeks, but this final week is saying if you believe in yourself and you kind of put yourself out there, there's going to be a lot more opportunities. The Four of Pentacles there is saving your resources, saving your money, putting investments in the right places. I feel like you kind of need to do some things behind the scenes without telling anyone, and really sort of step away and work on yourself in that way, and then perhaps come back to it. But be reminded that you do have friends around you, and even if there are people in your life trying to sabotage you or cause problems, you can work through this, definitely. Even if it isn't a period of tension and that, it's generally quite positive. I feel like you can make through this. It just feels like there's a bit of turbulence. So if you enjoyed the reading, please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.